What's up, guys? Let me know when you can see me. I'm going to open up my pop-out chat. Yeah, guys, make sure you smash the likes for me. I would appreciate it. To those of you that saw the BitBoy, what was that, around the blockchain yesterday, kind of awkward for me being with a bunch of permabulls and giving my bearish case scenario. Although nobody knows exactly where the market's going, but if you can't take a look at both sides, that can get you in serious trouble. Like, I'm open to the fact that we could, get a moonshot. I do believe we will see the mid to lower 20s first. And will that moonshot actually get us to new all-time highs, or is it going to be a giant dead cat bounce or bull trap? That is what we're trying to figure out here. Again, nobody knows exactly what the market's going to do, but you need to take a look at both sides. Period, point blank. A lot of the bulls really believe there's no way that Bitcoin can go under 20,000, but there's no guarantees in any market. I just want to put that out there. Good morning. I'm going to say hi to some people in the chat, and then we'll get going and see what's going on. So what's up, Josh Gruber, Jamie K, Alex, Pawnstar95, El Diablo, what's up, man? Sirkin, Lovely Kitten Farts, Dirksy. All right. So let's take a look at what's going on now. We may just bounce around in this triangle for the weekend. If we do get a bounce off of the bottom, we'll probably go up for E. I'll zoom in and talk about that. But first, let's pull up that wick-off distribution. I know a lot of people think we're in accumulation here, which is definitely a possibility. I'm not ruling that out. But I would have to see a move above 47.1 to invalidate my wave 4 count. So 47,100 will be the invalidation point. Also, breaking the top of the triangle, that's what I would be looking for, would be a 50 or a 47.1, somewhere in that area or below. But a bounce above this wave 1 here, which again, we'll take a look at it here in a minute, but let's pull up some schematics here. So if we are in accumulation, it would most likely look like something like this. I would believe this would be the right up in this area right now. And I know some people were looking at it on the 3-hour chart and whatnot, but the wick off, if you're using the wick off method, it really should be used in at least the daily or above. Otherwise, it's really not that valid. It's for mostly, the bigger players. They're not playing on little time frames, so just be aware of that. But if so, we could bounce around in here, and if it played out like this, that would be over the next few months that we would be stuck here in accumulation. But there's the possibility, which I'm leaning more towards because of the wave 4 in my Elliott wave count before the 5th wave down, but this would be redistribution here. That's most likely what we're at, but I do believe we are forming a triangle here, which would be a bear flag, and continue down from there. So that's my thoughts. Let's pull up that. So this is my Elliott wave count here. This B wave that you see going way up to 50 to 55,000 would be after this drop down. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I do daily updates on Bitcoin. I'm also going to start a new show. I'm trying to find out the times and the days where we're going to go over altcoins. So, and that's probably going to be a live, and it'll be a dedicated time on maybe a few days a week or something like that. But I'm trying to figure it out. If you belong to the Discord, there's a link down below. If you don't, we'll be discussing it in there, and I'll be getting people's ideas. So make sure you do that. Another thing I wanted to announce is that I did start a new Twitter account because for absolutely no reason, my old account got banned. So if you guys could help me by going to Twitter, it is at @CryptoSavvy. Subscribe, or not subscribe, but follow if you would. I'm going to try to build it back up. With your help, we can do that. So let's take a look at this right here. So if this is wave 1, 2, and guys, I had these drawn out, these targets and everything drawn out back months ago. If this was an Elliott wave, we did hit our wave 3 perfectly. I do believe we are in wave 4 now with one more leg down. Now, unless this is redistribution and it goes down really heavy, I would look for a bounce right around this mid 20,000 range. By using my, I'll throw them up there and show you how I got this. If we go from the top of wave 2 down to the bottom of wave 3, and I'll get in the chat here in a little bit, but I just want to look at this. That would get us down to about the 0.618 for wave 5, which is around that 23.4 range. We could drop further. We could get a bounce before, but I do see us breaking this 30,500 at some point here. Again, this could take time, but now if it's the Elliott wave, that would be, it takes 5 waves in A, so that'd be 5 waves down, and then we would get a 3 wave up to that dead cat bounce or whatnot. But right here, you can see this dotted trend line. If we break above that at any point and get support, then I think we could be going to do all-time highs this year. But unless we do that, and another thing I forgot to mention on the channel when I was on BitBoy yesterday is when I said the possibility of around the $9,500 Bitcoin, which I'll show you some more examples. They didn't apparently like that, but it is a possibility. But if you look here, the timing should be something similar to this, which this shows us getting down by the mid to end of June down to this 23 to, you know, somewhere in that area to get a bounce there mid or end of June. And if you've watched my previous videos on the 450-day lows, I had said way back in the beginning of the year that June may be a good time to buy back in. If you guys, I know the ones that have been following this channel will remember that. That could be a good opportunity to buy in, but I'm not saying we're going to new all-time highs. I would probably, depending on how this formed, I would probably get out up in this $50,000 to $55,000 range. And that would be somewhere in August, towards the end of August, maybe even September. We'll keep an eye on this. So again, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, but then I'd be looking for 5 waves down. Let's take a look at, so this is, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to go to the 3-day. But as you can see, I have the arcs drawn in here, and that 95 would also get us back down to test the bottom of this bottom arc here. So we've had our pi cycle top. I know a lot of people think we're in 2013, but let's take a look at 2013. If we are, I've heard people saying a 70% correction or 73 or something. It's much more than that, and we're going to measure that right now. Let me get that out of the way. And we're going to go from the swing high to the swing low here. We'll take a measurement. So that would be from the top up here to the bottom was about an 83% correction. So let's go over to where we're at now. If we were to do the same thing, and we are in 2013, what would that bring us to? That would bring us to, if we went the 83% correction, right around 10,000. So just something to think about. Again, not saying it's gonna or it has to go there, but you can see the EMAs are crossing pretty bearish here. We've had the 8 cross to 55, and this is the 3-day. Let's take a look at the 1-day. I know we had a, right here, we had a sell signal using the EMA strategy. If you guys check my YouTube page, I have some strategies there. The EMA strategy works really well. You won't catch the exact top or the exact bottom, but it is pretty safe to trade, and I'll show you right here it is. Here's Bitcoin on the daily, and it gave you the short signal here. And if you look back, the last time it gave you a long signal was back here at 10,700. But we did get our short signal here. Our EMAs 8, 13, and 21 crossed the 55. We are now below the 200 EMA, which is not too good for Bitcoin. 21 is looking across the 200 here. That's going to be pretty bearish. Now, usually if you see a big bounce here, would be when the 55 comes back down to retest the 200 EMA is usually when you get a bounce. So that may be around the end of this month, somewhere in there. But anyways, that's what I'm looking at. And if you guys have been watching, I've been talking about Tencent. It was one of the first altcoins that I started talking about. And actually, they got a hold of me and are sponsoring me now. So I will be doing a Tencent video. But I drew this chart way back here when I got in at $2.50. Our first target was 376, nailed it. Second target, around 550, nailed it. If we get support here, my next target's around the $7 to $7.50. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys that. If you are interested in checking it out, it's tencent.io is a page if you want to read up on what they're all about and check out their white paper. They are following their roadmap very good, so something to keep an eye on. But again, remember, altcoins, all crypto is risky. Nothing's a guarantee. So let's look at this triangle real quick, and then I will start getting into the chat. Make sure you guys smash the likes again. So anyways, A, B, C, are we coming down for D? And that could be tomorrow, sometime around the 33,000. That's what I'm looking for. If we do get a bounce off this, this E wave, if that does happen, a lot of times E doesn't go all the way up and retest the triangle before going down. But if this is the case, as you can see, this high volume node on the VPVR lines up perfectly with E, and that would be on the 3rd. So what, Monday or Tuesday, and then continue down from there. So that's kind of what I'm looking at as a possibility. Unless we break this bottom trend line, then I believe we go down from there. But let's take some measure moves of what we could look for. So in the bullish case, and actually I'll lower this, because on a bullish case, a break of this, I think will retest the 200 EMA, which would be around 45 to 46,000, depending on if, when, and where. Now, if we take the measured moves, if we do break down, if we broke down, today or tomorrow, the measured move would get us down to around the $19,700, $20,000 range. If we do get that E bounce and we do not come back down until over here around June 6th, then that gets us down to about, let's see where that measured move would be, around 21.5. Again, we don't have to go this low. If we put in the Fibonacci extension from the top of wave 2 here to the bottom of wave 3 and the top of wave 4, we could possibly go down to 28.1 might get a bounce, and then we have our 0.618. Again, we had that target there at around 24.7, 25. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and tick that notification bell, because that'll get you notified when I post videos. I will be trying to keep you guys updated on what I'm seeing in the charts. So, all right, let's get into the chat. I'm sure there's some haters in here. Crypto is a speculative asset. Another word for speculation is guessing. Best time to buy is when? Whenever you feel like it. There are no answers on YouTube. Baba Booney or Boohie, whatever that is, sounds like you're pretty upset, man. I'm sorry if you lost money or whatever's happened, but third time asking for a subscription. I don't have any idea what that means. I've seen it many times, dude. Seen many people get wrecked. Yes, Kevin, they will be back 10 times quicker than BTC. Savvy, can you comment on potential death cross? Yeah, I don't. I could. I mean, you can watch that on every other channel. I watch the EMAs. I don't really care about the MAs. Bitcoin is a lot more volatile. The EMAs work a lot better than the traditional moving averages. So, but right now, here's another thing we could look at. We're getting a bounce on this 0.5 fib. If we do get a bounce back up, we do have our 0.382 fib at 41.6. So if we get it back above that 41.6 and get support there, again, the invalidation of wave 4 is around 47.1. But as of right now, let's see what happens at this 34.3. If that does break and we close a candle below that, guys, we could be going down to golden pocket zone here, which would also line up with wave 5, 26.1 or whatever. And then again, there is a possibility of that big bounce. But let's take a look at something else here that is really interesting. See this high volume node right here on the VPVR? It's also around that 95 range. Just a lot of things being confluent. Now, again, that doesn't mean we go straight down. Something like this. Go back up and come down somewhere at the beginning of next year. Again, I'm not saying all this is going to happen in a day, but if the bull market is over, you know, we could get that $50,000 to $55,000 bounce if we do get a bounce from down here and then continue down. So that's what I'm looking at. Thanks, Sarah. Carl, the fact is we all started out as someone's little... I see you say that a lot. 30,000 could be the bottom. If that's the case, we're in accumulation phase. Yeah, I'm not saying we can't be in accumulation. Again, nobody knows exactly what the market's doing, but my opinion is that we are in redistribution or wave 4 of the Elliott wave, which would be wave A. I know it sounds confusing, but that's my opinion. I've told you my invalidation points, and like I said, I'll keep you guys all updated. And I want to say hi to all the new subscribers. We've had quite a few new subscribers in the last few days, week. BitBoy helped out a lot with giving me shout outs, even though he didn't agree with my analysis yesterday. And again, it's just an analysis. There's no guarantees. But man, the hate I got on that show, it was like one bear against, you know, Super Bulls that just don't even want to acknowledge that we could see these lower lows. As of right now, you helped me save 2,000 of my profits. Thanks, bro. Right on, Kevin. Glad to hear that, man. Jamie K said, I'm going to wait for the next pandemic to buy in bulk. Right. Another thing I wanted to point out, a lot of people don't like to talk about this, but if the traditional markets crash, which I think they will here, who knows when, but I think they're going to crash. And all the fear in the dollar, this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I'm going to give it to you anyways. Everybody always says buy the fear, right? Well, where is the fear at right now? The fear is in the dollar. And Bitcoin, I highly doubt Bitcoin will be able to hold up if the markets crash or the markets start a bear market, meaning the traditional markets. Reason being, Bitcoin is a high risk asset. Whether people want to look at it that way or not, it is risk on. People with big money are not going to want to stay in a risk on asset in a bear market. Let's take a look at what happened in 2008. 2008, this was the big crash here. How far did that go? Let's take a measured move of that. So that dropped about 55%, right? So what happened to gold? Everybody says buy gold, you'll be safe, right? Let's take a look at 2008. There's gold in 2008, and what did it do? Gold dropped, so that's the Dow dropped 55%, gold dropped 35%. Let's take a look at silver. This might open your eyes a little bit. I hope it does. At least give it a thought. And here's silver in the 2008. What did silver do? Silver did about a 60% correction. Well, let's look at the dollar. What did the dollar do in 2008? The dollar is the only thing that rose. So that tells you what smart money does. They get you scared out of the dollar, while they get in the dollar when everything crashes, because the dollar rises because that's where they go for a safe haven. And that rose 26%. So just something to think about. Another way to look at it, guys. If you guys are interested in trading, check out PHEMEX, by far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you like other exchanges. I do have a link below. You can use my link and my promo code SAVVY50 will get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus to use towards your margin. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. Now, a lot of people have asked, what do you mean by they don't trade against you? Well, there's an A-book exchange and B-book exchange. Now, PHEMEX is an A-book. That means your trades pass through, read this, means your trade is passed through the market and filled by a liquidity provider, basically a fancy term for bank or whatever. The A-book transaction is what most people understand as a role of a traditional broker. Basically, they only make commission on your trades. So they would rather have you win than lose because they make commission. B-book, which is BYBIT, DuraBit, and all them other exchanges, here's what they do, and this is why they trade against you. Forget the bank. Now you're buying directly from the supplier. When placing a trade on the broker's B-book, they fill your trade internally. Instead of passing your trade through the banks, they'll fill your balance sheet. They take the risk with their own company. So when you win, they lose. When you lose, they win. So they want you to lose. So that's why they pick up everybody's stop hunts. And you see the scam wicks. Just be careful, guys. I wanted to get that out there. All right, Ethereum. So Ethereum, I'm still looking for, if this 2250 doesn't hold, our next line of support is going to be the 200 EMA on the daily, which is 1860. If that doesn't hold, then I'm looking for about $1,100 to $1,200 Ethereum. And Litecoin, as you can see, we had a sell signal up here with the EMA strategy. Again, check out my YouTube page. You can find that. But anyways, we are getting resistance on the 200 EMA now. Looking for around the $78 to $80 range for the next possible support if we break this low. Again, I know it's unpopular opinion, but I'm just showing you my views. Savvy DXY monthly chart is showing inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, I'm bullish on the dollar. I have been. I know everybody is fearing the dollar with inflation and blah blah blah. People say Bitcoin doesn't have inflation. Well, and one more thing, guys, I'm not a Bitcoin hater, and I'm not saying Bitcoin will never get to 200, 300, 400,000. I just don't think it's going to happen this run. I think there's going to be better opportunities later on. And I do think it'll succeed, but really, there's a lot of news about Bitcoin and a lot of great news about Bitcoin and then bad news about Bitcoin. But all in all, nothing has really changed with Bitcoin, in my opinion. Bitcoin to me right now is still just a game and a way to make money. We are tired of popular views. They're everywhere. Buy low and hold till 2025. That's a pretty good strategy. Savvy, this was the top why in earlier BTC days. In order to buy alts, you needed to buy Bitcoin. That pushed the price for a blow off top. And that's the other thing, guys. This here is a beautiful rounded top. That we don't have to have a blow up top. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but if you think about it, smart money, that's a great way for them to keep you from selling because you're waiting for a blow off top. If that blow off top never comes, by the time you realize it, you know, you're pretty much stuck in your losses and have to wait for the next bull run while they can unload their bags on you. And that's why I think we're going to get a nice bounce from that mid-20s range. Everybody will get super bullish, and I would be seriously cautious and watch for that $50,000 to $55,000 range for being wave B of the Elliott wave. What kind of smile you have after you destroyed the BitBoy fan club? Hey, I don't have nothing against BitBoy or any of the other bulls, guys. They're just bulls. It takes bulls and bears to make a market. Without bulls and bears, we wouldn't have a market. I mean, everybody's going to have their opinion. Not everybody's going to be right, obviously. For people to make money in the markets, other people have to lose that money. And markets aren't just going to go up forever and let everybody continue to make a lot of money. There's going to be profit taking, and people are going to lose money while others make money. That's markets. So anyways, Savvy, please explain the vertical volume indicator. Vertical volume indicator. I don't even know what the vertical volume indicator is. I haven't used it. Sorry. So I see a lot of people are in here. We got 500 viewers. How many likes do we have? We have, I have no idea how many. Let's see. 196 likes. Guys, please hit your likes. I would appreciate it. There's 500 in here and only 200 likes. So I want to remind you guys, I got a building. I'm going to put the wife's business in, and I'm starting a new studio. So the show is going to change up a little bit. I'm going to start doing, I believe it'll be live streams on altcoins. We'll be checking out different altcoins. Even if we are in a bear market, guys, it is a great opportunity to make money shorting. If we are still in the bull market, obviously you can still make money like that, but I prefer not to be holding right now and just hoping that the price goes up. I'd rather trade the market and make money the whole time. This is my wife's webpage, inkurimage.com, INKURIMAG. Definitely check it out. There's a link down below in the description. A lot of cool stuff in here, and she can put anything you want on any of this stuff. It doesn't have to be just what you see. She does the big wood photos, glass photos. She'll actually put your pictures on there, and they are extremely high quality. Definitely check it out. It's a great way to help support the channel. Obviously, I'm not asking you or telling you to, but you might like it. Definitely check it out. So Ethereum or Litecoin's looking pretty ugly here, guys, on the daily. Ethereum not looking so great either. If this 2250 range can't hold, like I said, I would look for it around the 1860. If that doesn't hold in the next week or so, we could be looking for $1,100 to $1,200 Ethereum. Now, I've seen a lot of people talking about the bullish divergence in Ethereum. I'm going to go into the 4 hour and show you guys something. So they were talking about this bullish divergence, right? Where was it at? Was it here? Oh yeah, right here. This bullish divergence. You had lower lows in the price action, higher lows in the RSI. I think that played out. And what they're not seeing is this right here. I'll point it out to you guys real quick. And that is, well, actually, we can go from all the way up here. This is a much bigger divergence, higher or lower highs in the price action. And if we look at the RSI down here, we'll use that same peak, which is right here. Higher highs in the price action. That's hidden bearish divergence. And hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend. So be cautious out there, guys. Savvy, take a look at Matic, crazy volatility, plenty. I will be, not this stream though, guys. I'm actually probably going to cut this stream short. I just wanted to get a video out to you guys today. I wanted to kind of interact with you guys a little bit. We will be doing altcoin videos soon. I'm probably going to wait till I get in the new studio, and hopefully that'll be next week and we get everything set up, and then we'll do a same time. We'll pick the days. It'll be the same time on them days, so you guys will be able to tune in and keep up on your altcoins. So let's take a look at where we're at with that triangle now. Obviously, we're getting a little bounce. Again, guys, until we break, what is going on here? Let me get this off there. until we break this triangle, there's no real definitive move. And like I said, we could stay in here for another week or so. If you wanted to trade this in the smaller time frames, you know, you can do that, but there's no real big trade set up. I did short the other day at I think it was 39.5. I'm still in that short. I don't play in the smaller time frames very often just because it's so volatile, and the smaller the time frame, the riskier, especially if you're using leverage. So anyways, let's get this guy out of here. Whoops, didn't mean that. Meant this. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. If anything big happens tonight, I'll try to do a live stream. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Smash that thumbs up. Also, I do Ledger Nano S giveaways every Monday by leaving a comment after the, obviously on a live stream, it has to be after the video, but definitely thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Check out our Discord. It's totally free. There's a link down below in the description of the video. A lot of great people in there. A lot of people in there trading, helping each other out, charting. Good place to learn. So anyways, anyone looking for a 78 Toyota truck? Have a good one, guys. Have a great weekend. Be safe. I will see you tomorrow. I am out of here.